YouTube, what's going on, guys? Patch here. Hope guys are having a fantastic day. Guys, I want to cut straight to the chase. The Bitcoin price, the Bitcoin chart is doing something very, very important. I think you guys are really going to want to look at. I also want to look at Cardano for just a little bit and everything that's gone on in this market, because although it looks green on the screen today, it wasn't like this around 24 hours ago. If you guys were around, and we're going to talk in detail about everything that went on, because I don't think people are talking about the significance of everything that's happened, the important stuff, the news that came out. I don't see people covering it. I want to talk to you guys about this. A day ago, we had a huge dump, right? Around 1 or 2 days ago, we had a huge dump. The Bitcoin price dumped all the way down to $50,829. After just a few days before, it was at $65,000. So it dumped $15,000 in the matter of a few days. But most importantly, if you zoom in, most of it happened in a very, very short period of time. I was awake. I was looking at the chart. I was watching the whole thing dump. It was crazy. Now, I will say, if we look at the chart, everything we've been looking at before, everything that I've been highlighting, the resistance on the RSI, we have 1 touch, we have 2 touch, we have 3 touch, we have 4 touch. Every one of these, I talked about how it lined up with a previous high that we had. Every one of these have happened. We noticed this one was not a high, and during this time, I said, watch out, we haven't touched the resistance yet. Then we did get the resistance. After every single one of these, we made a higher low. This low is higher, this low is higher, this low is higher, and watch this, this low is also higher. Even if it's by a tiny little bit, this low is also higher. So as of right now, you can see the RSI level, the support here, we are touching the same levels that we've touched many times before, many times on these dumps that we've had. Nothing quite as crazy as this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. This is not a normal dump. Yeah, we saw news about, China power outages where mining was taking place, and that could have caused the dump. Yeah, I saw news that somebody sold $7 billion worth. Now that, obviously lines up, but I just want to say, when we are in a position where everything looks peaceful, everything looks like we're going to the upside, everybody's in longs, everybody's got 10x longs, 20x longs going. If you were an exchange, do you want to pay out 10x, 20x longs to everybody that's in a long position? It's a lot of money that you're going to have to be paying out for these positions. So what we've seen happen with other exchanges before, not going to name any names, but they are in trouble with some regulatory bodies. What we've seen happen is they will forcefully dump the market. These guys have a lot of money. They have a lot of Bitcoin. These guys can move the price. They will forcefully move the price in order to liquidate, in order to hit stop losses, and then we see the reversal. If you look at everything that went on, again, we had a higher low still, which is a bullish sign. We still closed, which was extremely important. The body close, the candle body close was still above the EMA ribbon. The daily time frame, we touched the support, we closed above, and now it looks like, for the meantime, things are looking a little bit more calm, and we can continue what we were doing before. Keep an eye out on the EMA ribbon on the daily time frame. This is going to be the big key. If we do, head down and close below, it might be time for Bitcoin to have a little bit of a bigger correction than what we've been seeing, these small corrections while we've been making new highs. If we break below, we're going to start seeing lower highs, probably something like this before, continuing back up. A lot of different things could happen. All I'm saying is, if I was an exchange, I don't run an exchange, but if I was an exchange, everybody's in a long, that's a lot of money to be paying out. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little bit of stuff going on behind the scenes. Now, the shitty part is I saw people post, and this is where I want to talk about this before we move into Cardano, all that stuff. I saw people post about how they had friends who unfortunately took their own lives. I don't know what words I'm going to use on YouTube because you know how they deal with stuff. Took their own lives because of this dump. And what that shows is the market, for the last few weeks has been gifting us with endless amounts of gains. If you're in the market for any period of time, you should be in the green. If not, you're probably following the wrong people who are hyping stuff up and dumping them on you. Don't follow those people. Follow good projects. Find out what you're doing here, but you should be in the green in this market. Now, for most people, it might be time. If you think right now, the best exercise I can say is if you think right now, your whole portfolio is gone. You lose access to your account. It's gone, right? For some reason, something happens, somebody hacks you. Everything you have in crypto is gone. How does that make you feel? If you're anywhere close to what happened to some of these people, it's time to take some profits. You've had a great run. It's not bad to take profits. Everybody should take profits eventually. Don't get too greedy. Just a simple exercise for everybody going on. But for the most part, as of right now, with this big dump that took place, we closed above here. For the meantime, I still believe the price should be bullish towards the rest of the week. As of right now, things can change. Now, this is where it gets important too, because depending on what you're doing in your position, we know we've seen a lot of bad cryptocurrency just explode. People throwing money in places that are very high risk because they've been paying off. Don't forget about investing in good cryptocurrencies. VeChain, if you guys are part of the trade group we have, we'll talk about that in a sec, but if you guys are part of that, you know VeChain's been one of our favorite cryptocurrencies for a very, very long time. Myself and some of the OG members of the group, some of the people that helped me in the group, a lot of us bought VeChain when it was very, 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 very low in price over, 1, 2, 3 years ago. When Bitcoin dumped, look at what's happened to VeChain. This is the daily chart for VeChain. Yesterday we saw the big candle to the downside for Bitcoin. Look at the candle for VeChain. Yesterday was a big green candle, meaning not only people holding VeChain have way more Bitcoin, they didn't suffer as much during the drop as people who had, let's say, less good altcoins. Now, not all good altcoins stayed up. Cardano, for example, is providing a great opportunity for everybody who wanted to get in. Everybody always talks about, let's just say, Bitcoin at $55,000, $56,000, where it's at right now. 1 week ago, that was phenomenal. No one complained about Bitcoin at $56,000 a week ago. Now we're at $56,000, and it's like it's the end of the world. I mean, this is what I'm saying. The market spoiled a lot of people for good reason. I'm not complaining. All I'm saying is be careful with what the market's doing. Now, Cardano hit a peak of $1.55. It is now at $1.22, giving people an opportunity to dollar cost average if you are a Cardano fan. If you've been waiting to buy into Cardano, same thing we saw happen here where, higher low and then higher high. Oh, actually, it's not a higher high. No, higher low, still made a higher low after the higher high that came in over here. So overall, still an opportunity to pick up. The daily chart is still above the EMA ribbon. Everything here is still looking decent as an opportunity to dollar cost average. And if Bitcoin does break below that daily time frame EMA ribbon, then we can start looking at what we're going to do. Then you still, bought in at Cardano at 1.2. You still might be able to buy in at 1.1 if it happens, at $1 if it happens. But in case it doesn't happen, this is why we dollar cost average. You cannot confirm, you cannot guarantee that Cardano's going to hit $1. And if it doesn't hit $1, it just hits 1.2 and then moves to the upside, you miss out on the gain. So best thing to do, dollar cost average slowly in. That is, again, Cardano to me is a good project. It still has so much coming for it. That's why a lot of people have been getting bored with Cardano, because it's been kind of, it had a crazy run. It was down here. We talked about the breakout pattern from 34 cents all the way up to $1.47. We were in trades here. This was phenomenal. I bought Cardano, I think in the 20-somethings cents. And yeah, managed to sell it up here, being able to dollar cost average. That's what I've been doing. It's the simplest way. You sell when it pumps, you buy it when it dips. It's in this market, it's almost like saying it's a guaranteed profits. But if you guys want to see every trade myself, my expert team are in real time. As soon as we enter those trades, check out the first link down below in the description for the Trade Alert group. Every altcoin trade we're in, every leverage trade we're in. We use Bybit, we use Binance. Both the links for those are down below as well. The #1 exchanges to use in the market. You don't really need anything else other than both those exchanges. You honestly could just use Binance. Binance has Binance futures too. You could honestly just use that. It is free for 2 weeks, over 14 days after you sign up. You don't have to pay a thing. You can try everything. You can see every trade risk-free. It's free. There's no barrier to entry here. And then if you don't like it, if it doesn't work for you, all you have to do is cancel and you'll avoid getting charged. It's really as simple as that. Now, with all the news going on, Time Magazine is now accepting crypto for subscription payments. A small step in the right direction, nothing major, but it is still cool to see Bitcoin getting accepted more and more. Again, this week end, low volume, a lot of manipulation is easy on the weekend. We've all known that. If you've been part of the trade group, we say all the time, weekends are the worst time to trade. They're when things can move in any direction. They can move in both directions. You can have a giant wick to the upside, a giant wick to the downside in the same hour candle. That's the weekend. So a lot of the times we usually take it easy on the weekend, close some positions, maybe even tether a little bit more just to be safe. And then if we do see drops on the weekend, we can buy back in lower. We've consistently seen during this bull run dumps on Sundays. This was the dump on Saturday, Friday-ish, Saturday, dump on Sunday, whatever it is. We've seen weekends be pretty red and usually the time for those cool off periods. So be careful with everything going on. Now, for my watch people, I say this to the end of the video to see how many of you guys are here. What do you think of this? Right? What do you think of this? I have the opportunity to pick up the new Cosmograph Daytona. This to me looks incredible. I have this one right now, right? The AP, I think it's the 15500. For those of you guys who are watch people, this looks really, really cool. I really want it, but I want to hear from somebody who maybe is a little more familiar with Rolex, maybe a little more, I own two. I have a Submariner and I have a Milgauss, but I don't wear them very often. This to me just looks really, really nice. I'm thinking about it, but if anybody, and if any one of you are a little more familiar with Rolex, know a little bit more about it, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. But guys, this market's been spoiling us. If you have too much in the market, if the thought of losing everything makes you have bad thoughts, it might be time to secure some profits. It's okay. Just keep some in the market. Secure some profits. And hey, if it dumps a ton, look at buying back in during those dumps. Trust me, the number one thing you can do, sell when we have these crazy pumps, take some profits, wait for the dumps to happen. When we do see those dumps happen, buy in. The time period between you making profits, buy, even if you miss a little bit of the pump because you took some profits and you could have made more money, when the dump happens and you can buy in, you will make a lot more money faster, right? It's the number one way to stay safe, make sure you're feeling okay, everything's going well. It really sucks to see that some people had, bad thoughts and ended up doing bad things because of what happened in the market. And we can blame exchanges, we can blame whoever we want. We don't know for sure what's going on, but it is still a really, really shitty situation overall. But guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. We're gonna be making more videos this week, and I want to focus more on the making money side of it versus the just news side of it. So let me know your thoughts on that down below in the comments as well. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, leave a like, and leave a comment. All the good stuff helps the channel grow out. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching the videos. But guys, thank you so much for watching. See you guys on the next one.